I want to preface this video is not the most entertaining video, but if you gain nothing else from watching this other than perspective and a longer attention span, then you really have nothing to lose. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to take the time to make this video because I made a promise to myself that I was going to make content, and I haven't been doing so. So in saying that, this is the content that I've been missing, and I feel like I provided a lot of value, maybe even just to myself, but this video is definitely needed. And if you make it to the end, give what I gave you a try, and let me know. Well, this is a pretty strange place to make a YouTube video, but yeah, here we are. We are on the treadmill at the rec center right now, and I'm doing an hour of cardio. And I was reading this book, and honestly, my attention span is too short to finish this book right now. Honestly, if I read fast enough, I probably could finish this book in the next hour or two. But yeah, honestly, my attention span is too low for that. So I thought, what better to do than to make a YouTube video, because I'm trying to commit myself to posting more content, and that means I have to make more content. That's the hard part. I mean, I always tell myself, like, if I had somebody to edit my videos better, I'd get more followers. If I had, more time to make content, if I knew more about it. But honestly, it's not an information problem, and it's not even a time problem. It's kind of just a effort problem. And honestly, like, I'm the type of person to just make it happen, and I just haven't been making it happen because I haven't been that person. And I also realized I need to stop saying I kind of stopped doing that when I was making YouTube videos all the time, and I just stopped myself right there. But it kind of made me realize, looking back on a lot of videos, that I've improved in a lot of ways, but I've also forgot a lot of things, a lot of lessons I learned. There we go. A lot of lessons I've learned along the way I need to remind myself of, and who better to do that than me? God, I keep saying but yeah, I'm trying to cut down to 1% body fat. That's why I'm walking on the treadmill for an hour, because I'm actually gonna cut down to 9% body fat in the first half of next year. I know it's gonna take longer than I think it's gonna take, but if I set a really high expectation and hold myself to a standard, then there's nothing telling me that I can't do it, and faster than I think it can get done. Because honestly, I think in 10 weeks I could probably hit 9% body fat, or at least 10%. And I kind of ask myself, like, all right, realistically, why am I in the gym? Why am I focused on, like, fitness when I don't even have $10,000 in my bank account? And it just brings me back to remember what John Mark Stevenson said in this one video. He said, your finances are a reflection of your physique. And it took me a long time to fully understand what he meant by that. But what he meant by that is that the same discipline it takes to acquire money, the same discipline it takes to, stick to a business, is the same discipline it takes to show up to the gym every day. It's the same discipline it takes to eat the right foods. And honestly, now that I think about it, the same reason why I'm not in the best shape that I could be in, that I know that I will be in, is the same reason why I always find myself not having the amount of money that I would like to. And it's a simple problem, and the reason is pretty simple too. Like, I always make a decent amount of money. I mean, I made the most money I've ever made in my life in the amount of time that I made it during this summer. I made a little over Well, I made around $10,000 this summer in the time span of 9 weeks, right? So it was 2 months and a week, and I made around $10,000. So, I mean, I was making about $1,000 a week on average, and somehow I'm here with no money. Like, I don't even have $1,000 of it left. And the reason why is the same reason why my physique is like this, because I go to the gym a lot, I train, I talk a good game, I make a great game plan, but I fall short on the standard. Like, I set the expectations super high and I fall short and I fail. So I heard something last night, right? You either make more sacrifices or you lower your desire. And I don't know about you, but I really don't feel like lowering my desire for anything, because I know that in this reality that I create for myself, I'm capable of really anything. And like, not even capable. I mean, this is the reality where I get a Porsche. This is the reality where I help my family out. This is the reality where I'm the most spiritually connected to myself and others. This is the reality where I am living in that penthouse. This is the reality where that all means nothing to me, but the standard of it makes me the man I am. And I know that it's just a matter of time before I get there, because I take the actions to become the man that deserves those things. And I know that that's the reality that I'm living in. And I know that it's a matter of time, because I understand that. But I mean, this is part of the process. I mean, this is part of the lessons that I need to learn. And this is quite literally the process right now that I'm documenting right now. I mean, these are the things that I think about whenever there's nobody around. Like, I've been distancing myself like greatly from everyone. Like my roommate's been gone, and even when he's here, I find myself in my dorm alone. And honestly, it's because I'm searching for individuals to be around who I find qualities in that I'm looking for in myself. Because I mean, that's the whole point of like human interaction, to find a mutual benefit, to fill some part of yourself. I mean, if it wasn't that, then there'd be no reason for human connection and like as a whole. Like that's the whole reason why we're all on this earth together, to experience stuff together, to experience hard times together, to experience good times together, to just learn what it means to be a human. And I feel like that is the purpose of life. Because if you zoom out all the way to the universal level, and higher than a bird's eye view, higher, I mean a God's eye view. I mean, you're looking at it for what it actually is. We are all here to learn what it means to be human. And we all have different perspectives of what that means to us. And I feel like there's no point in stressing, trying to find an objective truth of what the meaning of life is, or what is love. I feel like that the objective should be to learn what it means to be who you are. When's the last time you asked yourself, who am I? When's the last time you asked yourself, what do I want? I mean, these are elementary questions that people in today's world don't concern themselves with, because there's always some kind of distraction. And distraction is rooted in misalignment, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays are striving towards other people's goals and let the world influence what they know to be true. And I feel like, especially like as kids, whenever you ask a kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? right? I mean, we ask the little kids what they want, and we tell them that they could do anything in the world. And once you get to a certain age, people stop telling you that. Once you get to a certain age, people expect things of you. Once you get to a certain age, people expect you to achieve things that they couldn't. And they stop asking you, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? Who are you? You know? And I feel like these are really fundamental questions that we should ask ourselves more than not. Because how do you know you're aligned with what you need to be doing if you don't even know who you are, right? And I feel like this is definitely a season in my life where rather than searching for answers, how I used to always search for the answer, I experience the life I live for what it is. Because, like I said, I'm living in the reality where I achieve all the things that I want to achieve. And I live in the reality where the timeline isn't straight. And I live in a reality where the interactions I make have the potential to allow me to make exponential growth. And I just hold that to be true. I mean, one example of this is when I was little, right? I mean, I was a big child, right? Like, I wouldn't say I was obese, but let's just say whenever I was in elementary school, everyone told me, like doctors and everything, they said I'm underweight, right? So what did I do? I ate. I ate a lot, and I didn't stop eating until about the 7th or 8th grade. I was probably like 120 pounds from the time I was in 5th grade to the time I was in like 7th grade. So like my BMI was probably like above 30, right? Which is kind of insane. Like for a little ass kid, for your like, I mean, I went from the doctor telling me I was underweight to the doctor telling me I'm overweight, right? And like what that did to me is, as I was growing up and getting to the age where social standards matter, and I started comparing myself to other people that, you know, looked how I wanted to look, it made me realize that like, fuck, like I need to lock in, right? And maybe some of y'all feel that way right now about how you look right now and who you are on the inside right now. You want to level up just as a person. And that's how I felt. And I mean, I always used to look up, I mean, every man has done this at least once in their life. You go on YouTube and you look up how to get abs quick. And you see that little kid, that 5-minute abs of this little kid just going like this in the bathroom trying to get abs and doing leg raises on his bunk bed, right? Trying to get abs. And I remember vividly this dream that I had where this dream I had where I woke up, I looked in the mirror, and I had like a 6-pack, like fully. And like I was older, my hair was longer, and I had a 6-pack, right? And like, mind you, I'm in like middle school, trying to get abs every single day. I'm like trying to eat better. I started going to the gym. My girlfriend cheated on me. I was like, you know what? Like, I need to lock in. And I would just tell myself, like, I have abs. I would look in the mirror every day, I have abs, right? And I don't say this because, honestly, this has nothing to do with abs. This has to do with the feeling that I had whenever I was dreaming. And now, if you look at my Instagram or you see me, right? I mean, I am the vision that I had when I was little. I am the person that I thought I was gonna turn into when I was little. And it didn't happen from me sitting there and planning out each careful step to get to exactly where I am today. But it took me having the vision over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Because my mind conceived the idea that I wanted to have abs. And it believed that it was possible. I mean, you don't have a dream that you have abs if you don't think it's possible for you to have abs. Think about it. So if I'm sitting here conceiving the idea that this is the reality, that I have all of the things that I desire, and genuinely believing it, I mean, it's not even delusion anymore. Like, I genuinely know for 100% fact that this is the reality, that I acquire all of the things that I desire. And And it's the simple fact that I conceive the idea and I believe that it's in my future. I mean, anything your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. In the same way that I got abs, the same way that I got to college, the same way that I almost ran a marathon, the same way that, I benched 225 pounds, the same way that I did all of those things is the same way that I'm gonna get to where I wanna go, and faster than I thought was possible. And I just believe that to be truth. And the limiting beliefs are gone. And the reason why my goals are different than they were before isn't because the old ones were unattainable. It's just because the old ones didn't align with who I was. My old goals didn't align with the person that I was becoming. They're aligned with somebody else's goals. And I feel like it's important to sometimes ask yourself if your goals are your goals, right? I feel like a lot of people, and I can only speak for me, but I feel like a lot of the goals that I had were other people's goals. Like, when's the last time you truly asked yourself, like, what do I want out of this life? Who do I want to be in this life, right? And I feel like those are very important questions to ask yourself, and you should ask yourself more often. So, as I end this video, just grab a notebook and a pen and just write down the question at the top. Who am I? And what do I want? And before you answer the question, just take a second to just close your eyes and take a deep breath and just forget all limiting beliefs. Just imagine you had like all the money in the world. Just imagine that you had like infinite opportunity to do anything that you want to do, and then answer the question of what do I truly want, and just sit and think about it for longer than you think you need to, and just write about it for longer than you think you need to. And once you arrive to your answer, that's not the end all be all, but you'll be a lot closer to aligning yourself with the man or woman that you truly want to be. And I feel like you'll find a lot of clarity in your life. And share your findings. If you do this exercise, come back to this video and comment down the things that you want to achieve. Just make a list of your top 10 goals that you want to achieve, and maybe just shoot me a DM on Instagram at Jordan Ezell. It's the same as my YouTube. And just let me know if you find clarity through this, because I know me personally, this has made all the difference in my life. Just being able to confidently answer the question of what do I want and why do I want it, and who do I have to be to achieve the things that I want. And it's allowed me to fully just become that person in all aspects of my life, and not have to look back and compare to other people and compare my goals to other people's goals, because I know that I'm on my path and everybody else in my life is only here to teach me. All the things that I experience are just helping me to create the man that can achieve what I know I will achieve.